Peace and light, y'all. So I wanted to record this video in honor of Black women in particular who may be single, but really all women and men who are single, just single people out here, right? And this is just my personal message on like love and falling in love and, the weight, I should say. Be patient, you guys. Be patient. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the universe. What I find is that a lot of people who are single that I'm encountering, they have this dying desire to be married and this dying desire to like meet that person right now, right? And I do understand that desire, and I do understand, some people feel more comfortable with having a person. We all want companionship. That's human nature, right? But the biggest thing is like just be patient with yourself and be patient with the universe when waiting for that person. Make sure that you are the person that you want to fall in love with, right? Make sure that you are that effective communicator. Make sure you are that spiritually ground and sound person. Make sure that you are that, that person who just exudes that energy that you are seeking. I personally believe that the energy you put out is the energy you get back. So just be mindful about what you put out there. This weekend, I went to go see Nobody's Fool, which was a great movie with Tika Sumpter, Amari Hardwick, and a plethora of other amazing actors, Tiffany Haddish, actors and actresses. But it was a really good movie, a Tyler Perry movie, very good flick, I should say. And it sparked a big conversation between myself and my friend, who's a fellow Black woman, who's also single, successful. And while we were watching the movie, she was like, how can a woman of this caliber be in this type of situation? Where if you haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but essentially Tika Sumpter plays a successful Black woman who's caught up in like an online dating situation, and then she also has Amari Hardwick, who plays a hardworking Black brother, and he's pursuing her, right? So that's like a dilemma in the movie. And what it sparked for us was the conversation of being a successful Black woman in dating. Right. So we are both successful Black women. And when I say successful, I mean like, in our own right, by our own definition. Yes, we have, a few degrees, we have good careers, but more importantly for myself, I'm a woman who knows my purpose. I'm a woman who knows my passion, and I am on the journey and the road of following that. And that is success for me, so being a successful Black woman and being single. And I'm often asked like, why are you single? And she's often asked the same question. So she's not over here. I just keep pointing that way because that's where she was sitting when we were having a conversation. This is my white couch. But so she's in a similar situation, and we were just talking about, us being asked those questions like, why are you single, and having to answer that. And for me, it's not a difficult answer. I often tell people, I'm single because I'm patient and I'm not willing to settle, and I'm waiting for the person, for my person, and I'm also open to how that person shows up. And when I say that I'm not willing to settle, I'm very unapologetic about not settling. And settling for me has nothing to do with like income or degrees or any of the physical material, whatever. Settling for me is being with someone who compromises my holistic health, period. I am just simply not willing to be with anyone who compromises my holistic health. No type of physical, mental, emotional abuse whatsoever. That's just not what I'm willing to put up with. And I won't settle for that. I've dated men, like degrees and stuff and all that stuff does not matter. I've dated men who didn't have a high school diploma. I've dated men who worked on Wall Street in New York. I've dated everything from the drug dealer to the mailman and beyond, So I'm very open to how that person shows up. Those things are not really important to me. What's important to me is a man's drive, his determination, the identification of his passion, what is his art, those are things that like, what is his spiritual work. Those are things that like drives me, and those are things that like, turns me on. It makes me like, very interested in a person. And I'm also, like I said, I'm very open to how love shows up. So my advice for people who are single, and you are looking for that person or that partner, my biggest advice is stop looking and look within. I truly believe that the internal manifests as the external. That is a mantra that I carry with me every day, every moment. The internal manifests as the external. And you have to be that energy that you want to attract. Make sure that you are well on the inside. Make sure you are exuding the energy of love and you are exuding the energy of light. And, just make sure you're carrying that torch that you want somebody else to carry for you or with you. Make sure you have that. Make sure you are that effective communicator. Make sure you are that person who loves wholly. Be that thing, and do the work on yourself. Be careful about entering situations that you still have on the inside. A lot of people struggle still with childhood trauma, and a lot of people still struggle with those residual leftover things from past relationships. Heal that stuff first. Work on that stuff first. I'm woman enough to be able to say, in my previous relationships, I've been engaged in the past. I'm a serial monogamous person. So that's just how I am. I like being with one man at one time, and, in relationships, long-term relationships. And I can say in the past, my previous relationships, I can strictly identify things that I've done or that I did that I had to work on. Ways that I communicated that weren't the most effective. Childhood traumas that I brought into the certain situations, and I had to work to heal those things so that I can be a better woman in the next situation. And not to even say that I'll be perfect the next time, because I wasn't, and I probably won't be. But the biggest thing is I recognize how I need to grow and how I'm still growing, and I'm doing the work for that growth. So make sure that we are doing that. Make sure that you are doing that. Identify those areas within yourself that you do not want to carry into that relationship. In our mind, sometimes we have this idea of what marriage will be or what a relationship will be, and we don't really know if that's the person that we are ready to be in that situation. You have this fairy tale of what your life will be with your life partner, but are you working to be that person in the fairy tale? Are you working on yourself enough to say oh, I will or will not do this? Do you know yourself inside and out, spiritually, mentally, and physically? And I feel like when you do, you won't settle. When you know what you are worth as a person, do not settle. You won't settle for anything less than what you know you are worth and what you know you deserve. Why? Because that's what you're bringing to the table. Know what you bring to the table. And yes, they will bring something different. If I'm bringing the mac and cheese and the greens, we don't need more mac and cheese and greens. You know what I'm saying? We need something else. Somebody bring the yam, somebody bring the stuffing. You know what I'm saying? Know what you bring to the table and be willing to be okay with how someone shows up, bringing what you need brought to the table, and recognize that you're bringing something that they need to the table. But don't settle. Don't settle. Your person will come. Be patient. And in that time of being patient with the universe, of being patient with yourself, make sure you're doing the work to work on yourself. Love yourself wholly. And be unapologetic about that, okay? So just be patient. Your person will come. Your person will come. But make sure you are that person on the inside. Not just the outside, but on the inside. Okay? Period. Like Jenny said, don't be a nickel out here looking for a dime, okay? Please be mindful of that, okay? Be patient. Love will come your way. It will. Know what you're worthy of and be that, okay? Peace and light, y'all.